Hello everyone, I am Dr. Eric Morrison. This is 7 Under 3, and I'll be covering trading education, more specifically FOREX trading, using the TC2000 and TradingView platforms. Hello, this is the first Futures Week in review for the 12th of May. I'd like to start off with all of the futures that I have marked here to the right. I flagged the ones that are crowded out short and should be going long with a green flag. You'll see the institutional traders to the south of zero here, and with the actual overall graph with the table to clearly identify the percentage of institutional traders that are short. In this case, it's 69%. This also compares it to the dollar. But for futures, we just look at the first part here, and we're not worried about currency pairs at this point or any type of relationship to the dollar, but it does give you kind of a nice cross comparison with the dollar. But looking at Aussie dollar futures, we had an eventual buy on Thursday and sell on Monday. So we had a buy on Thursday and a sell on Monday. So we bought here. And with the crowd out short, this is a nice long trade. So you had a 1, 2, 3, and then you punched out. It reversed, and our first signal was here with follow the money. And we entered here and then punched out here for a nice trade. 2 trades for the week on Australian dollar. Canadian dollar futures, we had same kind of crowding out. Now it's over 70% in terms of that. That means pretty much the long side. It's interesting here that you had a trade go here, not much gain to the upside, a little bit better than break even, and a trade to the downside and closed out Friday. So again, 2 trades, one closed out on Monday, the other one closed out on Friday for a nice overall gain. Japanese yen futures can be currently in a trade right now, but we're at 79% short. It is poised for a bounce, so we tried here. The bounce is unsuccessful. Last Friday closed out a trade for a nice overall gain. Didn't follow through to the long side. Initial short here on Friday. We'll see what happens on Sunday evening. New Zealand dollar had some really good trades overall from last week. Up trade here, nice positive trade here, little loss here, 1 hour loss here, and then a Thursday trade that you're still in. Initiated here, overall FTM down, everything down to the downside, and then this huge drop to the downside. And as you can see here, it's not crowded out at all. So standard trend trading was to the downside. Either side did not matter. And what we saw here is another hold over the weekend with a huge drop to the downside. Swiss franc futures had an initial 1 trade here, and that was it for the whole week, and closed out on Friday. Nice overall gain. South African rand did have a trade on Monday for a 1 hour loss. Here, it crowded out at about 68%, so it's not truly crowded out. Then we had 2 nice trades to the downside. One on Tuesday and then the other on Thursday to close out the week. Bitcoin overall, Friday had a 1 hour loss here, then another loss here, and then an overall gain on Friday to the short side. Cotton, there was a closeout on Friday, nice overall gain. Had a trade here, a nice little gain here, and no further trade the rest of the week. Milk, a nice overall trade that closed out on Tuesday. We have to make note of this potential gap here too as well. I think that was significant. And then this overall trade lasted the longest here until it was closed out on Tuesday. And then they had another trade here on Thursday and closed out on Friday. S&P minis had an initial trade here for a little bit better than break even. We are crowded out to the short side, so we're looking at longs. A little bit better break even, then a loss here. Looks very weak. We have a potential head and shoulders forming here. If it gets below this mark here, we're off to the downside, regardless of the crowding out. And initial trade here for a small break even trade, and then on lean hogs, and then had another trade to the short side here for a small loss on hogs. Copper futures, interesting trade here. Had a nice on Wednesday overall trade and then closed out on Friday. Was long on Monday, but closed out for a loss on Tuesday. Wheat futures, we had an overall trade on Friday, closed out on Monday for a nice profit, and then we had another. It did have a trade here for, and we are not crowded out on wheat. 1 hour loss here for the candle, and then now we're in a trade for over the weekend. Lumber, we were out for a trade, short trade here on Wednesday. Yeah, a nice overall trade from here to here on Thursday, close out on Friday. Random length lumber, well, we had a close on this trade on Wednesday on Friday, so there was no trade. We had a loss on Wednesday after this short trade. No trades the rest of the week. Natural gas, we have a nice trade on Friday. We are not crowded out. Overall trade to the short side on a break-even trade, and nice positive trade from Monday to Tuesday on this trade. So the Nikkei, we have overall break-even trade here, overall less than break-even trade here, loss here, and then we have a trade over the weekend. Nice overall gains though previous week. For palladium, had amazing run up. Started a trade on Thursday, and this is crowded out over 80%. So it went up. This was an incredible squeeze. This day, after the negative, we go positive. FTM shows positive movement. Here, higher than the previous green, and closed out here. Another trade for a 1 hour loss, and a huge bearish engulfing pattern here to the short side with a nice overall gain on Friday. So this overall gain, 1 hour loss, and then got it back here on Friday with this short trade. Incredible trade. 3 trades over the week, but this is the longest run on 4 candles using this strategy. Russell, we closed out for a loss on Monday. Then we had a 1 hour loss here and a small gain on Friday. Dow Jones Real Estate, no trades here. Everything to the downside. This confirmed a major trade, and we were out on this positive candle here, and no further trades the rest of the week. Beautiful trade here. 10-year overall trade to the short side here. We were starting to get crowded out to the short side. Held it and then closed out here on this trade. We had a nice 3 candle, 1, 2, 3 punch out. Then a 1, 2 punch out, and now currently in a short trade over the weekend to the downside. Ultra U.S. Treasury bond futures. Nice overall trade here to the downside. Overall gain. Continued move it to the downside. So we had 1 gain here on Friday, and then a Monday, Tuesday gain. Reversed it a little bit better than break-even trade here for overall positive gain with a closeout on Friday. So for the VIX, we got a overall gain here on Friday, closed out on Monday. Nice overall trade on Wednesday, closed out on Thursday. Technology, we have an overall trade on Friday, closed out on Monday for about break even, and then another trade on Wednesday, closed out on Thursday for a small loss. The Dow, or YM, overall trade on Friday, closed out on Monday, no further trade the rest of the week. T-bond futures, beautiful trade here with a 1, 2, 3, 4 punch out on Tuesday. Started the trade on Thursday, closed out on Tuesday. Overall trade on Wednesday to the upside and closed out on Thursday. No further trade. Corn futures, we had an overall trade to the low side for break even, and then a loss on Tuesday, Wednesday, close out the rest of the week. 5-year note, we have a crowding out on the short side. However, on Friday, had a trade that closed out on Monday. Overall long trade that closed out break even and currently in a trade over the weekend. 10-year note, an overall trade on Friday, closed out for a nice 1, 2, 3 punch out on Tuesday. Nice trade here in the reverse direction on Wednesday, closed out on Friday. Now back in another reverse to the downside on Friday. 30-day federal funds interest rate, only had 1 trade and was a loss on Wednesday, Thursday. 2-year note futures, same kind of trading going on. Friday trade closed out on Monday. Wednesday trade closed out for a little bit less than break even on Thursday, and then we have a Friday trade over the weekend. Wheat futures had 1 trade for a loss on Friday, Monday, and that's it for the futures contracts. So if you look at these particular strategies going forward and you're interested in programming in Python and PineScript and adding value to your portfolio in terms of the commitment of traders both during the day and weekly, click on the links below. And remember, ruthless risk management. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you on Sunday. Well, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like Rumble button below and the subscribe button And if you want more information, go ahead and click the course information links below. On the TradingView link and on TC2000, I have an affiliate link. If you open up a TC2000 account, you will receive a $25 discount using that link. Thank you for your time.